Hello everyone, my name is Thakkar and I am a PhD student at the University of Bonn in Germany, and I'm here today to present my talk 241 Querying Property Graphs Using Sparkle via Gremlinator. I would first like to thank the organizers of GRADES-NDA workshop who allowed me to present my work via a video, keeping in mind that I have not yet received my visa, and I'm really grateful for that. So let's get started. Gremlinator is the first of its kind Sparkle to Gremlin traversal compiler or transpiler, which is based on the Apache Tinkerpop framework. It allows you to query property graph datasets using Sparkle. Now, using Sparkle, you can query a wide variety of graph databases, which are not only online transaction processors such as Neo4j or OrientDB, but also which are also analytical processors such as Spark and Hadoop. This is because Tinkerpop enabled graph databases form an analogy such as Java and JVM. This allows you to execute a Gremlin traversal on any of the databases which are Tinkerpop enabled. If you want to know more about the exact mechanics and the algorithms of the underlying Gremlinator function, then I would request you to please visit the two of the papers cited below. So let's get started and see Gremlinator in action. You can try the demo yourself by visiting the following link. So let's get started now. If you want to use it locally on your host machine, you can download the desktop version, which is a standalone jar bundle, and then run it using java space -jar and the name of the downloaded file. This should start a GUI, and then you should be able to access it like you can do on the web. If you want to, however, use it on the web, you can just follow this link, and there you have it. For Gremlinator, we provide right now two datasets for the demo. One is the Northwind dataset, which is a famous e-commerce dataset in the database community. And the other one is the Berlin Sparkle Benchmark 1 million triple dataset, which is quite famous in the semantic web community. And on the right hand side, you will find a key to all the types of queries that are currently supported by Gremlinator. For now, we provide a list of 30 queries which can be selected from here, and these 30 queries basically cover all or the features of Sparkle 1.0 query fragment. So let's get started and see one of the queries in action. So let's choose the dataset Northwind, and let's choose the first C1 query, which is a simple set of triples without any additional aggregators. So when you click on the execute query, you'll be able to see this page where you have the Sparkle query which was executed. Then you have the Gremlin traversal which was translated using Gremlinator. So this is the traversal that is produced. And then you will be able to see the result after executing the traversal on top of the property graph dataset. And below, if you have a look, you will also find a traversal profile, which is basically a detailed description of the performance of this traversal on the dataset. So as you can see, it gives you a detailed description of the amount of time spent by each step from the traversal and the overall total number of time spent in executing the entire traversal. So for this query, we have almost 3 milliseconds, which is not that bad. So let's go ahead and try another query. Let's try this time a filter query, filter 3, and let's execute it. So a filter query is basically where you have one or more restrictions on top of the select variables. And as you can see, this query is about finding all the products whose unit price is between so and so range. And now, as you can see, this is the translated traversal, and these are the result. So this is the results. Here you'll be able to see the product name and the unit price. And our criteria was to specify all to list all the products whose unit price is between 5 and 10. So now let's add one more triple. So if you wanted to play around with this query or write your own query, it would be possible. You could take a reference from any of these dataset schemas basically. So right now we are using Northwind, so you can have a look at this. And so each box in this is a vertex, and it shows the relation or the edge going out from the source vertex to the destination vertex. So let's get started, and let's say you wanted to also list the units in stock and not just this. So you could just add one more triple. You could have units in stock, and let's call it stock, and let's also list that just before the unit price, so you can know what is the unit in stock for each of these products. And you can re-execute the query, and then you will be able to see the new traversal and the overall result. So here you can see now you have the result for stock. So the product name Konbu, which has a unit price of less than of $6, has units in stock equal to 24. Now let's try some other query. Let's try one of the Sparkle, the Starship queries. The Starship query is basically, it has a Starship execution plan, and they are less than or equal to, or like greater than or equal to 10 basic graph patterns. Let's say we have star 1. And when you execute this query, you will be able to see this query. So what this query is saying is to list all the details of a specific product that belongs to the category beverages, and you want all the details available from the dataset of that product. So when you execute this query, you will have the generated traversal and the overall result. So this gives you a list of all the products which are beverages and all their like relevant details. You could also if you wanted to see, like, instead of beverages, you wanted to see some other category, let's say like seafood, you could type in your own, or you could also type a filter as we did, like if you wanted to see only those products whose unit price is, let's say, greater than 10, then it would be possible. And you could also let's say change, you don't want 10 results, let's just have 5 results instead of 10, and then let's re-execute this query. So now you'll be able to see the new query or the edited query that has been executed, and now here you would see all the products that are basically seafood. So you can see now you have this seaweed and fish, which has a unit price which basically accepts only those values which are greater than 10. So you will find this in perfect coordination with the query. And for the Starship queries, since graph traversals are very fast, you can see that for such a complex query with a large number of triple patterns and filters and limits, it only took surprisingly less than 20 milliseconds, which is one of the most biggest advantage of using graph traversals instead of regular declarative queries or pattern matching queries. And if you are interested, you can always provide feedback to rate us, and to maybe if you want to collaborate or use this product, feel free to give us feedback. This is the team, we are working on Gremlinator, and yeah, if you wanted to use it directly in your application, you could find the artifact, the Maven artifact of Gremlinator, which is already deployed on Maven Central. All you would need to do is just add this dependency into your form file of your Maven project, and you should be done. You would be able to access all the methods and functions of Gremlinator, and then create your own application using our product. And you could also find all the source code. Feel free to navigate through the source code, and we have a really nice and neat documentation of what Gremlinator does and how you could use it, and with a couple of examples which are, I believe, thorough. So thank you very much for watching this demo, and yeah, see you, goodbye.